if you are in Cairo and you're planning to visit some of the famous sites, definitely keep in mind that you have to stop by the Cairo Museum located in Tahrir Square. And this is one of the must-seeing sites here in Cairo or in Egypt in general. And even one day is not enough because it is really very, very big. It has many pieces. Big pieces and small pieces, and we have different halls. Each one is dedicated to a certain era. And of course, when we talk about ancient history, we have many of the pharaohs. Each one, of course, has something to tell you about, and we have a different era with many different things. So here, for example, if we are moving, and just behind us we have the funerary boxes, and we have more in this part. We are here in the second floor in the Cairo Museum. We're going to move around to bring you more and give you more information about the Cairo Museum located in Tahrir Square.
Today, we will talk about Yoya and Toya. Was a powerful ancient Egyptian courtier during the 18th dynasty of Egypt. He was married to Toya, an Egyptian noblewoman associated with the royal family who held high offices in the governmental and religious hierarchies. They are the parents of Queen T, who became the great royal wife of Amenhotep III. The tomb of Yoya and Toya was, until the discovery of Tutankhamun's, one of the most spectacular ever found in the Valley of the Kings, despite Yoya not even being a pharaoh. Although the burial site was robbed in antiquity, many objects not considered worth plundering by the robbers remained. Both the mummies were largely intact and were in an amazing state of preservation. faces in particular, were relatively undistorted by the process of mummification. And provide an extraordinary insight into the actual appearance of the deceased while alive. Yahya served as a key advisor for Amenhotep III and held posts such as King's Lieutenant and Master of the Horse. His title, Father of the God, possibly referred specifically to his being Amenhotep's father-in-law. In his native town of Akhmin, Yahya was a prophet of men, the chief god of the area, and served as the deity's superintendent of cattle. When Yahya and Toya died, the royal in-laws made sure they were buried in style in a prime location, the Valley of the Kings, the great royal cemetery of the 18th and 19th dynasties. It was discovered in 1905. The mortal remains of Yahya and Toya are so beautifully preserved. They are now the rock stars of the mummy world. A proper mummification took a long time and cost a lot of money, and in this case, the embalmers seem to have spared no expense. Yahya and Toya's faces are so full of personality they appear to have passed away just recently. The curls of their hair, the arches of their eyebrows, the shape of noses and ears and lips are all intact. architecture is similarly intriguing. A single burial chamber held a great assembly of stuff, including gilded coffins and face masks, glittering chairs and beds, a complete chariot, ornate limestone vases, inlaid boxes, a wig of human hair, a wig basket of papyrus, multiple pairs of sandals made of leather and woven grass, and also small wooden figures called shafts that were meant to come alive in the grave beyond to work as servants for the deceased couple.
We came yesterday to Egypt, and the artifacts are very fascinating. They are very amazing, and the people in Egypt is also very, very friendly. Thank you.
So this is your first time?
This is my first time. Yes, we would like to see the pyramids and also these artifacts here in museum, and I found everything very fine.
How long are you planning to stay?
More or less 1 week.
So you have places in mind to visit?
Yes, 2 days here, and we are flying to Burgada afterwards.
You speak English, right?
A little bit.
So what do you know about Egypt? Did you study anything about Egypt?
I like Egypt.
Did you see the pyramids?
Yes.
You like it?
Yes, I like it.
Okay, so what are you going to tell your friends about your vacation this time? In school?
Was willst du erzählen zu deinen Freunden, wenn du in der Schule bist?
You like Egypt?
Yes, I like it.
Tell them come to Egypt.
Würdest du sagen, come to Egypt?
Yes.
Yes.
So, when we talk about the vacation this time, whose idea was to come to spend your vacation here?
Generally in the family, I would like to see the Egypt since, I don't know, since I was a child. Because everything is, I think this is one of the origins of the civilization, and I would like to see it in the origin. That's why we came now with my children.
So, talking about the museums, do you think museums are important to learn more about the culture?
Of course, of course. I think this is one of the most important things in a country, to see the history of the culture, and this is a very good opportunity for us to see everything in a place.
Yoya is a stunning example of ancient Egyptian embalming. He and his wife were probably between 50 and 60 years old at the time of death. Like her husband, Toya was identified by inscriptions on funerary equipment. Hieroglyphs spell out her name and titles, which include Dresser to the King, Chantress of the god Amun, and Lady of the Harem of the god Men. and Toya were Egyptian nobles whose name became famous again at the beginning of the 20th century. When their final home was discovered, researchers could not believe their eyes. That event took place almost 2 decades before Carter discovered the tomb of their grandson, and in those times it was perhaps the greatest golden treasure of Egypt. The burial chamber isn't anything unusual. It is a typical chamber from the 18th dynasty. However, something unique about this tomb is the artifacts it held. The overwhelming treasures discovered inside the tomb contained everything that Egyptologists would dream of. First of all, there were the very well-preserved mummies of Yoya and Toya. Until now, they are some of the best preserved remains discovered in Egypt. Apart from the mummies, archaeologists discovered anthropoid coffins, a box coffin, mummy bands, headpieces, amulets, scarabs, and a canopy or box coffin, and also canopic chests, in addition to the canopic jars, Osiris beds, the shaptas and the shapti boxes, and also there were the magical statues, papyri, model coffins, and also the chariots. There were also the golden chairs, the sandals, the pottery and stone vessels, jars with embalming products, meat boxes, remains of plants, jewelry, and also small seals and many other goods. One of the most impressive of the artifacts discovered in the tomb was a complete and well-preserved chariot. It is believed that it may have been the best preserved chariot in the world. It was not decorated, but it is beautiful in its simplicity. With the spirals and rosettes in gilded plaster, it is a striking artifact. Moreover, the jewelry boxes decorated with ivory, faience and ebony were inscribed with golden letters. It is interesting to note that some of the artifacts carry the names of Amenhotep III and his wife Tea. It seems that Yoya and Toya were not only the queen's parents, but also very important people in the court. The chairs discovered in the tomb are as impressive as the ones found in Tutankhamun's tomb. They are so magnificent.